While studying the classification of organisms, it is always studied that what are the characteristics which evolve from the ancestor and the better characteristics which are present in the next phylum. So, if we consider a phylum, suppose we are talking about the Ctenophora, then after Ctenophora, the worms start, the Platyhelminthes, the Aschelminthes, the Nemahelminthes, or the annelids. This is how we study, right? This is the sequence of studying. So, in between the, if someone says that is there any similarity between the Ctenophora and the worms, then there is definitely a missing link between them, because both of them, they look and they their characteristic, morphological and anatomical characteristics are completely different from one another. So when we have to consider that both of them, they have same characteristics, or they may be having a common ancestor, it becomes very difficult to digest and to except that it is definitely possible that they must be having someone who was helpful in passing on the traits from a ctenophoran, which was a completely aquatic organism, to an organism which was terrestrial or like a parasite living in some living species or living organism. So this transferring from a aquatic environmental condition to a parasitic mode of nutrition or environment, this is in this becomes difficult to understand, because we do not have that organism which is going to be the missing link between both of them. But sometimes we find some links in between this, and this, the organism which we are going to study today, it is also going to give us the same understanding. It is a missing link between a bird and a reptile. Now, when we say about a bird and a reptile, you will be like, one is a terrestrial organism which lives on land, whereas another one is a bird which flies or is considered as an aerial organism, which keeps which is never present on the, or which rarely is living on terrestrial environmental conditions. Generally, it is always staying in the flying mode on the trees. So, missing link is an organism which is present as a, which is having the characteristics similar as the parents or the ancient ancestors, as well as the present day descendants. And the organism about whom we'll be studying is Archaeopteryx. Now, Archaeopteryx is a fossil record, remember that. The full name of Archaeopteryx is Archaeopteryx lithographica. Okay, lithographica is the species name which is given for fossil records. The way living organisms, when we study about any phylum or we talk about any organism, we always give them a species name. Here also the species name is given, but the reason why the species name is given is completely different. The location or the kind of evolutionary history, or basically location from which the fossil record has been excavated, that thing has to be kept in mind while giving the species name for the fossil record. So as because this fossil record of Archaeopteryx was found from sandstones or limestones which were having a trace of this organism Archaeopteryx, so that's why it was given a name as lithographica, the species name. And here the name which is visible to you all, that is Archaeopteryx, which means archeo means ancient, pteryx is wings or feather. So initially when the organism was found, the fossil record of the organism was found, it was roughly the size of a crow. But there were some characteristics like reptiles, and other characteristics were like birds. This fossil record was discovered that it is a missing link between the reptile and a bird by Andreas Wagner. But before he could find out, this person is from Germany, and the fossil record was also found from Bavaria, Germany. But initially when the record was found, it was considered that it is a kind of dinosaur variety, Compsognathus, and it was said that this organism was living during the late Jurassic era. But before Andreas Wagner could discover it, it was already sold to the British Museum, and it was kept in London. So at the time when Andreas Wagner figured out that it is a missing link, it was already taken up, or it was already present in the British Museum. They had the presence of this Archaeopteryx. It is still over there only, and the characteristics which are very important to remember are the avian characteristics as well as the bird-like avian or the bird-like characteristics of Archaeopteryx, as well as the reptile-like characteristics of the Archaeopteryx. You have to put like see the the organism very nicely. If you see the beak of the organism, the beak has presence of teeth. We are discussing about the reptile-like characteristics at first. The first characteristic is presence of this teeth in the beak, and it is a reptile characteristic. Second characteristic is the fingers of the legs, they are, or the hind limbs, they are ending into claws. You can see the finger portions, they all are like claws, and claws are not present basically in the birds. The birds, they don't have the presence of this structure. It is present in the reptiles. So here the presence of claws is the second reptile like characteristic of this Archaeopteryx. The third characteristic you all like you can see is the presence of scales. Over here it is not very clearly visible. In the next diagram you can see the brown structure which is visible to you all. The entire body has three colors. One is brown, another one is yellow, and one is ash or grayish kind of color. The grayish color from the head till the tail, middle of the tail, and the wings also, half of the wings, that area, half of the first limbs over where wings over where the claws can be seen, those are the scales which are present on this bird. Scales are the characteristics of reptiles, but they are present in Archaeopteryx as well. The tail part has presence of caudal vertebra, which gives support to the entire feathers or the tail portion of this organism. These all characteristics are considered to be reptilian characteristics. In this organism, bones were also present because they are the fossil records which are visible, and especially the avian characteristics were much more were also predominant. Now let's look up to the avian characteristics. The presence of beak is not present in reptiles. They have presence of mouth. So presence of beak, but the beak had presence of teeth as well. So teeth is like a reptilian character, but the presence of beak is itself a avian character. So presence of beak, wings had presence of feathers, that is a bird-like character. The head part is cranium, and it is infused with bones, again an avian character. The four limbs, they were all modified into wings, but the presence of claws were something which was a reptilian character. In the wings part, you can see the upper wings, which had reptile-like scales, also had the presence of claws, because the weight of the wings was much, maybe the weight of the wing was little higher, and it could not fly properly, or it required to cling itself whenever it is sitting on any branch of a plant, so that it can balance itself. So that's why the claws were present in the wing part as well in this organism. The toes, if you see, they were adapted in such a way that they can hold the tree in the way the birds do. So they can sit on plants, balance their body in the same way. This was also a kind of characteristics of a bird. Even the presence of wishbone or the keel, present day breastbone or the keel we call it, that is also predominant in the fossil records of the Archaeopteryx lithographica. Let's see the way it looked. You can see roughly the size of this fossil record is roughly the size of a crow. You can see the beak area, the foot part, and this is how the archaeological fossil records can be studied. And the study of evolutionary history of any organism is known as paleontology. We got to study about Archaeopteryx, and I hope you all have understood it quite well, that this organism is having the characteristic of both the bird as well as the reptile, and that's why it is considered as a missing link. So present day birds have also evolved from this Archaeopteryx, and the reptiles, present day reptiles, they have also evolved from the same Archaeopteryx. So I hope you all could understand it.